Well, our colleague Peta Credlin joins us now. Peter, great to see you. Sunday morning. Here you are. We've got you. Off your phone, Peter. You're on Outsiders now.
I was just putting myself on silent.
Oh, good. Oh, that's okay. No worries. Great to see you, Peter. You've been had a very busy week. Never miss your show. Every evening, it's fantastic. You've got a big interview with Peter Dutton coming up on Thursday night. Going to be your entire show. So you spent the Friday interviewing Peter Dutton. So tell us, I've been predicting here that Peter Dutton will win the next election, will be the Prime Minister before the end of May. I've been saying that for 18 months. Most people have mocked and jeered at me for saying it, but that's what I believe. I don't believe the Australian people will put up with this Labor nonsense any longer. What's your sense? Can they win? Can he win? And what was your sense of the man, Peter Dutton?
All right, first of all, thank you for having me on the show, Outsiders. You are my company every Sunday morning, so I return the compliment. I'm delighted to be here. Look, where the idea came from, I approached his office last year and said, I've known your boss for 20 years. Australians don't know him. They're listening to him, they've seen him, he's familiar, but they don't know him. They haven't crossed that threshold to anticipating what he might do with issues if he was Prime Minister. And particularly with women, we don't want women's policies. Let's not traverse that territory all over again. But we do want to get a sense that we know our leaders, right? We know our leaders. And I have known him, as I said, for a long time. He is a really different bloke behind the sort of media portrayal of the 2-minute grab in the commercial news packages, So that was the impetus of what I did. And it was an extraordinary interview. It went for an hour and 45 minutes. We'll put an hour of it to air. You'll be able to get the whole chat on Sky News Digital. And I hope people do take the time or listen to it as a podcast and really understand all the motivations. I mean, I learnt things, Rowan, from Peter that I didn't know, like his dad was a brickie. Now, I knew he had a building background, but I didn't know his dad was on the tools. I didn't know how tough he did it as a kid. So the Prime Minister doesn't have the mortgage on coming or growing up sort of tough or growing up very working class. Peter Dutton did as well, only he doesn't bang on about it as much as the PM. So I hope people understand more about Peter Dutton when they watch this interview. Do I think he can win? Yeah, I do. I really do. I think it is possible. I don't say it's yet probable. I'm hard-headed on sort of not just the published polls, but pollsters that I trust that I'm talking to. But it's certainly there for the taking. And I think the longer the government leaves it to call the election, the more it's heading Peter Dutton's way to a certain majority government. And I think you're right. I was out in Aston last night. I was down in Corangamite last weekend, 2 key seats in Victoria. Both got Labor incumbents in them. And the baseball bats are ready. People are so angry, they can't wait to change the government in Victoria.